What's going on YouTube? It's your buddy Will from the What's Up in the Sky 37 channel. We're online at www.what'supinthesky.com, and I've got a fun one for you. It's a little old one. I think this was first discovered by Mike Singh. He's got a really good post at thelivingmoon.com about this. He just joined my website a couple months ago. The dude's like classic when it comes to anomalies on anything. I mean, Mars, Moon, you name it. This guy's been doing it forever. He's like JP Skipper, man. They've just been hacking away at it. And either way, like I said, I give respect to all the people I that got me started in this. And this has been one that's racked my mind forever. The tracks on Mars. And let's go ahead and first let me show you the big picture here. This is just a little baby piece of it. See, here's the what I've grabbed and taken into Photoshop. This is a JP2 download, which is very high resolution. This is the RGB version of it. And I'm going to show you where, look how beautiful it is. I mean, we've getting very, very high res shots of the surface of Mars. See, it's so high res, I can barely move it. That's pretty interesting over here. Almost looks like some buildings under the dirt there. But let me show you where I get this from. Here's where you get it from. This is called Alluvial Fans in the Mojave Crater. Did it rain on Mars? Um, okay, and then you got a little something about it here. What I did was I got the RGB color version of it. Now you can get one of these JPEGs if you just want to check it out. It's not really high resolution, but unless you've got a big hard drive, the RGB color, I mean, it's 215 megabytes, and if you got a download limit, you don't want to do this. Check out the video. They're there. Like I said, you can see you're gonna be able to see that it's there. And what I've done, I've copied that little piece there, and I've brought it into Photoshop. So it's much easier to take a look at now what we've got. Oh, um, and what seemed to be now NASA came out, and I think the high-rise team said that these look like boulders that have come and fallen, um, which I'm okay with. I can say that's what I figured that's what they were going to say. Now, what's interesting about these things is the perfect. There's a couple of really ones that are cool. Um, just the fact that it's got a perfect arc right here, and it comes down to what looks like a rectangular piece that doesn't look like anything that would have rolled down. It almost looks like a perfect rectangle. Also up here, you notice some more of the tracks, and they don't seem to have rocks at the end of them. So you think dust storms are on Mars. They've got a lot of dust storms. They've got, dust devils that come through. These have to be fairly new tracks from when this picture was taken. And it was taken in 2009, I believe. Let me see here, 2006. What was it? It was 2009 maybe? Yep, 2006. I was right. And let's see. The scale is 27.4 centimeters per pixel. Let's see here. So this is very high resolution. So it's 25 centimeters pixel. Okay, north is up. All right. So is this coming out of the, are these rocks that are falling down? And let me back up just a little bit again. Gosh, this thing just really picky, really finicky. You know why it is? Because the image thing is still trying to do it in the background. Let me kill it real quick. We're very, get that big, huge file out of my memory. Um, but see it there? Look how cool it is. Now, I'm going to give it some gamma. I tell you what, this really does pull out a lot more of the pictures. And I've noticed this with a lot of the high rise. If you add a little bit of gamma or either drop the exposure and then add a little bit more, it seems to just pull stuff out a lot more, makes stuff a lot more easier to see. And I cropped the whole thing because I wanted to take a look at this and see what was around this stuff. These tracks look like rover tracks or some sort of track. We don't have a rover there, at least the Americans don't. And you would think if there were other people there with rovers, they would have been screaming from the top of their lungs that there's a rover here. So let's see what we've got here. We're running a little slow. My phone, everybody's probably looking at their phones right now. Um, but okay, check it out. It looks like we've got two pieces here. There's one up here that seems to have come down. There's another one, and they're long pieces here. They're long and skinny. And this here what's interesting is it seems to have perfect tracks as it comes to. Look at this, comes up a little bit here, almost like it did a turnaround or something. But we'll just say these are just tracks that go down, and they just kind of disappear into nothingness here. Um, and then this one has a perfect arc to it. See the arc? I mean, it's almost perfect. I mean, it's not 100% perfect, but it's a beautiful arc. Now up here you kind of get this little line right here with this piece, and it's very faint. You don't have the real thickness. This one's kind of faint too up here, but you've got what seem to be nothing at the end of these. There's no big boulders down here. There's no big rocks unless they're a different color. Now you'd definitely think if the tracks are being able to be seen, that whatever made them would be seen. And let me go ahead and let's make this a little bit bigger so you can take a look at it. There's not much detail we can get out of that, but it definitely does look like it could be some sort of vehicle, and I must say, I always speculate for like the most out there stuff usually. That's just because who I am. I see what I see, you see what you see. This could very much just be a rock. I don't understand how they fall. I mean, I guess it would have to be perfect. The slope to me looks like this is, over here going down. But then when I started taking a look at what's over here, because I said, if you're going to have something coming around, like say there's going to be a rover or something, there's got to be something that is coming to visit. So I just started looking at some of the formations around here. I just thought that some of this was interesting. Just some of the shapes here. Look, we've got like a C, a perfect C here. Then you've got something that comes up and it does a perfect hook. And it comes to what looks like a horseshoe shape right there. Here you've got what seemed to be, see, I mean, look at that. Hold on, I'm sure you guys can see this. Look at the shape here. It seems to be some sort of laid out complex or laid out something. I don't know if you guys see that or not, or if you even agree. Everything else looks so random around it too, and then this stuff is just sitting out there. Let me see if that helps it at all. Up here too, you see the hook shape to this and the hook shape to that. It's almost like everything else, and we're gonna look around and show you like randomness. Then you just got a couple things that seem to be hooked. Now this over here looks like something this disappears under some mesa or something like that. Like that's almost darkened. But here, see the hook shape right here? There's one right here. Comes down to like a Y shape or a V shape with a Y at the end there, and then another parallel. See, these run parallel to each other that goes off into here. Now, like I said, this could just be rocks, just could be things, but just being close to those, and you see how everything, yeah, like, a lot of this stuff just seems to be kind of strewn about, nothing really major. Um, but I thought that was interesting. But this is the main anomaly here, and also right here, I thought was kind of cool. Let me see if I can get it to come up, pull up a little bit more. This seemed to look like some structures here to me. And if you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they all look perfectly spaced, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, spaced, it almost looks like some sort of property or something. And if you say, and look, okay, you've got shapes and stuff in here. Now, what I was thinking was it paths maybe, or buildings or something along those lines. But you can see they've got the shapes to them. They're just kind of random, and it goes with the slope over here. They come up around here. Not too perfect, but that right here is definitely, these slits look like they're perfect shape, or perfect, intervals. That's the word I'm looking for. And up here was just kind of interesting. The squares in it here. Let me see if I can't pump the, now let me go the other way with it. Just do adjustments, brightness, and bring it back up. There we are. Just see the square here, and it looks like it's got a checker, one there, one across. Just thought that was cool. Just because, also, I think it's cool because it's next to those tracks. Here, let's give this a chance to do it. And if it's next to those tracks, that would give it something to go to. And maybe, a lot of people speculate that anything that was left on Mars after the cataclysm would have gone underground. And maybe this was what happened. They went underground, they got to come up every once in a while, and here's some tracks. Now, if these were boulders, this is just two, see how there's two big thick pieces to it right here and in the middle? Like two tires or a bunch of tires running across it. This doesn't have that. This has just got one that comes down and, it comes to this. But maybe that's thinner than whatever made that, or maybe, it's very hard to say. But you don't see other than this piece right here and this piece right here, you don't see a rock. And the rock would be at the end of it. You would imagine that it would be right there for us to see. So a boulder, whatever you want to call it. Up here, you've also got some interesting shapes to these here. Nothing, nothing that's going to blow your mind. But something to take a look at. What else we got back up in here? Anything else that's really, really worth looking at? This is just a cutout piece. Very, very interesting part of Mars. Beautiful part of Mars. I love the high-rise pictures. They really do. Really do set things off and show you what Mars is really like, um, in full color. But once again, guys, so that's the tracks on Mars. I'm gonna leave you with that. Like I said, if you hung around, much love to you. Hope you're doing good. I just got out of the pool. Beautiful day today. It was warm. It's hot. It's hot here in Maryland. I tell you what, we need some rain. I think we're gonna get it. All the grass is dead. This is the first time this has happened in probably the 10 years I've been down here. I'm by the beach. Usually we get a lot of rain down here, but anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Comment below. Much love to you. Peace.